And who is that? That's everyone that loves the Lord, who has attached themselves to the Lord, despite all the things that he's just listed in chapter 8 that can happen to us. And all those things, which he sums up, says, we're like that. We're like sheep that are going to be offered, are being offered, but through this whole thing, the sheep are super conquerors. It's almost a contrast of terms, but it's something that we need to understand, especially as we come to the close of chapter 8. This is something that needs to be understood. How can those who are despised and rejected, those who are troubled, those who are persecuted, those who are exposed to famine, danger, and death, be thought of as overcomers, super overcomers? How can that happen? Well, what's the next part of the text in Romans? But in all these things we overwhelmingly conquer. And what's the key there? What is the key? On our own strength? On our own ability? Through him who loves us. Despite all the things that can come down on a Christian's life, we are more than conquerors through him who loves us. Isn't that a wonderful message?
Amen.
Do we need that message today? Oh, I think we need that message more than we've ever needed. Individually, as a group, and this whole world needs this message. And it's a wonderful message. And we need to understand not only the battle, but the victory. Not only the battle, but the victory. All right, what does the battle involve? That we're going to be super, or are super conquerors. Well, one of the things we need to remember, that in this battle, we are battling against supernatural forces. Our battle is against supernatural forces. We are fighting an enemy who is more than human. However human your battle might seem, if you have directed and dedicated yourself to Christ, folks, you're going to be involved in a spiritual battle if you dedicate your life to Christ. Paul says in Ephesians 6:12, you all know this text quite well, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood. What is our struggle? It's against rulers, against the powers, against world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in heavenly places. That's one thing we need to realize in this battle. That we battle against something that's even more than human. Although battling against this force, we don't want to elevate the devil and Satan to the same level of God. He is, after all, a created being, right? Doesn't the Bible tell us that? He is a created being, but he is very dangerous. And this is the battle we're in. I don't know if you've realized it in your experience or not, but the devil can think up more angles to get at you in a minute than you can think of in a lifetime. And what is his purpose? It's a spiritual battle. What is its purpose? To take away your spirituality. That's his purpose. And if you haven't figured it out already, folks, you and I do not have either the intellect or the strength to fight him. What? No, you don't. You do not on your own have the intellect or the strength to fight the devil. and what he's trying to do. As Martin Luther wrote in his hymn, you remember the hymn? Did we in our own strength confide, our striving would be losing. And he's one that went through that very experience too. You see, folks, our foes are supernatural, but through him, our victories are also supernatural.